They told you history was safe, that the past was a museum of polished glass and polite lies. It is not. Beneath curated dates and hero portraits runs a network of agreements, rituals, oaths, and quiet financial bloodlines that shaped what you call reality. This is the syllabus they never handed you. How empires learn to sleepwalk entire populations, how symbols are placed to anchor obedience, how guilt is engineered and erased. You stand at the rim of that design now, and your choice is crude but vital. Accept the narrative and remain a gear, or learn its language and become a fault. I will teach you to read the margins where power hides. Listen to the cadence of omission. It is louder than any proclamation. This first truth is merciless. The apparatus depends on your ignorance. Understanding it is the beginning of a dangerous freedom. Remember, knowledge demands relentless, unyielding action. Men who mastered influence learned to weaponize grief, to turn private pain into public obedience. They built psychological furnaces, languages of shame and reward that sculpt the modern mind. Look at the rituals you call entertainment, at education that privileges compliance over inquiry. These are laboratories where control is refined. You think dissent begins with protest. Dissent begins when you stop performing the identity they assigned you. Do not mistake morality for meekness. Few will teach you the mechanics because the mechanics unmake them. This section drills into method. Networks breed narratives. Narratives become habit. Habit becomes governance. Once you see the pattern, you will recognize it in conversations, in promotions, in headlines meant to numb. Your task is surgical. Prune the stories that feed your consent. Replace them with a creed forged in observation and disciplined solitude. This is the only way out of the comfortable cage they polished for you. At the midpoint, I hand you a ritual, a public act that makes private change visible. Type the phrase, "I am forged," twice in the comments. I am forged. I am forged. Do it now, because declaration binds the mind and the algorithm both. Repetition carves identity into the social record. This is not performative. It is attended transmutation. When you proclaim, you alter the field you occupy. Others feel the shift, and the invisible architecture rearranges. Understand why. Attention is currency, and affirmation is law. Every echo back to you strengthens the neural pathways that write a new script. By committing publicly, you break the private loop of doubt and make the change contagious. This section will feel like a knife. Let it. Pain is the bridge between who you were and who you will become. Crossing it requires ritual, witness, and a stubborn male kind of faith. Now we descend into origin stories that were buried for a reason. Ancient institutions birthed patterns we still inhabit. Priests, bankers, generals, different robes, same calculus. They mapped leverage, invented scar, and institutionalized favor. Consider patrimony as power's seed. Inheritances are lessons in behavioral engineering, legacy as curriculum. When elites convene, they rehearse scarcity and loyalty like liturgy. When they disperse, policy becomes the echo of those rehearsals. Recognize the comforting rituals in your life that mirror theirs. Meetings that mimic counsel, loyalty oaths disguised as workplace culture. To resist, you must treat institutions like organisms, study them, starve them of consent, then redirect their energy toward your aims. Disruption is not chaos, it is calculated extraction of consent. Take what you learned here and weaponize it for autonomy. Power fears a man who understands its grammar. Become that man, quiet, relentless, and merciless in reclaiming your agency. Begin with Yun, compromising acts. This final passage is a verdict. You will not be offered permission to change. You must take it. Everything you were taught to worship, comfort, approval, inertia, will line up as allies of your former self. Watch them, thank them, then move. Real mastery is selection. Choose which parts of your past remain and which you bury. Renunciation is an art form. Refusal is a muscle. Act like a man who knows the price of power and is willing to pay it. That price is small compared to the cost of a life deferred. Plant your markers. Morning rituals, nightly audits, friends who demand excellence, enemies who sharpen your will. Make secrecy your tool and transparency your weapon when necessary. Leave behind a different ledger, one that records truth and consequence, not excuses. When you walk away from this video, you should feel unease, the furnace stoking transformation. Go become unstoppable.